I am Jensen. I am the guitarist of the band, and I'm from Daly City, California.
My name is Travis White. I play the drummer in the band, and I'm from Oakland.
My name is Rajiv Naidu. You guys can call me Jeev, and I play the keyboards, and I'm from South San Francisco, California.
So I'm Samantha Sharp. I am the singer of Westline Drive. I also play a little bit of guitar. It's mostly Jensen, but I do that as well. And I'm from Sacramento. I'm the only one from Sacramento. Everybody else is from Daly City.
The first ever name that we had was called Express, and that didn't really work out too well. And then we came up with something called the Fifth Element. And the Fifth Element was pretty cool, but it was kind of corny in my personal opinion. And then eventually came out with Westline Drive, and Westline Drive is the practice space that we recorded at, and basically where the roots of this whole entire band comes from.
So we were having a hard time initially, and one of the first names we actually came up with was Fifth Element, because we were trying to go with this idea of combining all these different elements into one, and which creating our own unique specific sound. Obviously there's so many other things that are named under that. So after a while we kind of got stuck, and we just decided to go with Westline Drive, which is the name of the street that the band was formed and where we first started creating our music.
I've been singing a really long time. I've been singing since I was about like 5 years old, and I've sang almost every genre of music that I can think of. I've done country, I've done pop, I've done soul, funk, anything. Like I've done almost everything, and so putting together the band, we didn't want to be confined by a genre. We all kind of hate the idea of genres in general. And so it was cool because each different player, different player in the band brings a different aspect to the band.
I feel like everybody in the band has their own style of music. And I feel like in order for us to sound good, we all have to kind of mesh together, work together, and try to figure out how to play our parts that sounds best for the song.
The identity of the band, I would say, is almost physically how you see it is almost exactly how the sound is. How you just obviously we all have different backgrounds and different ethnicities, and so I think that is metaphorical in the sense that we all incorporate our different sounds, and so it's kind of hard to encapsulate exactly what our sound is because we have so many different backgrounds musically.
That's tough. I always hated that, like the question, like, what genre are you? Because even like I would ask them, I'd say, come listen to me and tell me what you think my genre is, because it's kind of tough.
Yeah, so the sound, it's kind of a hard thing. You know, I would classify ourselves in the alternative rock genre, but that genre is a really wide genre. And if I could kind of say one thing about our band, I think a lot of our music is cinematic, is very epic. We do still have that funk and groovy element to it as well. When I first met Sam and when she came into the band, she brought in kind of like a pop element to it. So I see this kind of hybridization between pop, rock, and funk.
I think Remember Me is specifically, like, it hits home a little bit. I wrote it about a situation that I went through with friends, and so that one, whenever that song starts, I'm always like, ooh, this is my song. Even though I didn't even write half the song, Rajiv definitely did the music for that one, but yeah, that one's probably one of my top on the EP.
In the EP, I think the song that I created in the EP was Remember Me. And that is a very epic song. The working title to that song is called Changes. And it's funny because that song, when I made that song, to the last day that I recorded it, there's been changes throughout the entire time. And that's one of the songs that we created when we were in this band, probably like close to a decade ago. And within that span of 10 years, the songs has been evolving and evolving and evolving. And until the last day that I recorded the last piano part in that song, there was the last change.
If we were to say, present one song that would define what this band is, I would have to go with Remember Me, which is, I believe it's going to be the final track on the EP. And I think that one really just encapsulate our sound as a band, her style as a lyricist, which is very, very powerful lyrics.
Yes, I'm learning how to fall. I guess I didn't realize my pride was 10 feet tall. I guess I'm learning how to crash, learning just how quickly my foundation can crumble into ash.
As I'm sure Rajiv told you, we recorded some of it on tape, which was definitely a new experience for us. It was actually quite difficult because we had to make every single take perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, we had to redo it. And so every single person went in there singularly and did their part, and if they messed up, they had to do it again. And then the next person would get in there and they would do their part, and if they messed up, they would have to do it again.
Back in the day, before they had computers, they would record onto the tape machine. And there's always this like very, you know, kind of debate whether, you know, the tape versus digital world debate, but, you know, you can't get better than tape. It's like, you know, it's original, it's authentic, it has a natural color to it, and, you know, this along with the Neve console, like, kind of really made the sound that we have in our EP.
It was really interesting to have to put my spin on those kinds of songs. I had never done a reggae song before, and so it was interesting.
As a band, we are just finished up our EP, in which we're going to be releasing real soon.
We've been working on this EP from the recording to the mixing, the mastering. We finally got done, and the EP is going to be coming out this summer.
One song that's special to me is There and Back. There's a certain feel of the song where it starts out slow, right? And then, you know, just to basically bring the audience in. And then it gets more technical as it goes on. And then it's a challenge for me because I have pretty technical parts in that song.
I had never even thought or considered of joining a band. It was never in like my scheme of things. I never thought that I would join a band, but when I joined, I only joined because the boys were so committed.
Once again, sometimes we, as musicians, are, you know, specifically in bands, you may tend to worry about if you're going to be heard or not. But I think if the music is complementing each other, and I think if the band has that chemistry where they can feed off of each other, you won't get lost in translation in that sense.
I think the strength of our band is that we all come from different backgrounds, and I think that really helps us. We're a very diverse band. We all come from different backgrounds, and we all have different ideas about everything. And the more disagreements we have, the better off, so we can start filtering things aside. And when we do actually come to an agreement about something, it's a very good agreement.
Who would you say the diva of the group is?
The diva, definitely probably Travis. Yeah, if I could point the finger, it would probably be that guy.
The biggest diva of the group is Travis, for sure. And then next is Rajiv.
This is like so obvious. I think like even Travis would have said Travis.
They make jokes that it's me. Like I said, my favorite drummer is Carter Buford from the Dave Matthews Band. He's a well-known drummer, and you know he really just stands out. He also sings, and he just has he's a character. He shows his character through his drumming, and I tend to do that as well as myself. My demeanor when I'm not on stage or not playing is really calm, but when I'm on stage, it can be real flamboyant, and I can show a lot of energy and a lot of character that I don't show in a normal standpoint.